That feels wonderful, you know. I mean, look, it's a story that has resonated for millennia. It's a story that means an awful lot to a great many people. I feel an awful lot of pressure in portraying this character, but I think that's completely appropriate. And I feel like we've taken a new approach to this, which hopefully you'll recognise and see in the film. I won't describe it. And working with Ridley, who's just a fantastic artist who managed to marry these epic, spectacular, stunning scenes, which just give me goosebumps, with a very dynamic a story of two men, one compelled by the voice of God, one believing he is a God, and their confrontation that ensues. Each director has to bring their own point of view and their own individuality to it. That's the whole point. You know, you don't want directors ever reminding you of other directors at all. And Ridley's absolute solid individualist and marries, like I said, this artistry with a real practicality and a meat and potatoes, no bullshit approach to filmmaking. He's top of his game. Joel was absolutely wonderful. You know, he's just incredible. I think he's one of the best actors out there. I think he had probably the hardest job, and I was so impressed with him because he takes things absolutely to the full, and I love that. I love people who go a bit nutty with their performances. And he was dressed in gold, and he said, "I've got to be covered in gold everywhere." So he also made Janty, the lovely lady up there in the fur that you saw, he made Janty make him a gold thong as well, which you never see. But throughout it, he's wearing this gold thong, you know, throughout, which I thought was that's some commitment, isn't it? Initially, what kind of an idiot am I? How on earth can I play such an iconic figure? And then coming to do research. My first stop was Life of Brian. Mel Brooks in History of the World. You got to look at it that way, because you know something with as much gravitas and weight as this can quite easily become unintentionally very funny. And we had a number of takes that were like that. But then looking at all the various portrayals, but essentially reading the Torah. You read the Torah from beginning to end. Doesn't sound like the most exciting thing to do in the world. I tell you, it is fascinating. And what you discover is that this man is one of the most complex figures that I've ever read about in history. Kilometre-long sets, absolutely stunning locations that were ridiculous in how appropriate they were for what we were doing, the like of which I've never seen before. And then add to that the fact that Rid shot this in 74 days, which may sound like a lot, but for a film like this, usually most directors will take 130. He's possibly the only director I know of who can make it that quickly, which is a real blessing to an actor, without making any compromises.